Here are the three pieces that are needed. This is an Arduino board. I got two of these with the wire kit for $15 on Amazon. And I got this ignition. The ignition, it's got three prongs in the back for the ignition switch. This is how I wired it up. I actually found a couple of YouTube videos, and the videos all told me to combine the whites and then run a blue to each terminal. But when I was doing that, two buttons were being activated at the same time. So this is how I ended up having to wire it in order to get the right configuration. I have a white from my first button. So we have the white from the first button goes up to my battery terminal on the ignition switch. The control wire for the ignition goes to the number 2, and then the white, not the blue, goes to the starter on the third terminal. It did not work when I hooked up the whites together on the battery terminal. I was getting 2 button pushes at the same time when I just turned it on the first click. So that's not what I want. I want to turn the ignition on with the first click and then start the engine with the second return to home function. So that's how I wired it. I wired it white from the first button to the battery terminal, blue from the first button to the ignition, which is the first click on the key, and then the white from the second button position to the third terminal. Okay, so you see the USB joystick properties popped up. And you can see I turn, first click is the first button. Second click or return to home is the second button. So it worked properly. With the two whites connected, when I turned it to the first switch, 2 buttons would activate, and that's not what I was looking for. As you can see here, I play iRacing for the most part. The ignition is that first click. I have that enabled there. The second turn is the starter. I have that enabled there. So everything should work fine now.